Yeah, this is Point Black. Coming in hard and off the car. Coming with the flow. Straight to the barrio. And coming with that heat to the damn street. This is how we do. This is PDNN Point Black. National News. The late edition. You know what I'm saying? With the facts to crack their back. The flow from the barrio and the heat from the motherfucking street. This is how we do. You know what I'm saying? So, we've got to keep it 100 on the Richter scale. I had to turn that off because last night I messed my joint up. You know what I'm saying? So today, we come in with a little bit of facts on their head. We have no choice. You know what I mean? All who's playing around may be down with them. You see, they may be down with them. So they want all of us to be all up in the groove with them. This is how certain people do. If they in the shit, they want you in the shit with them. That they feel that they run your world. Now, when we look at even the money market on certain things, this is part two. You know what I'm saying? I have to stop for a moment on this one and say for the workers who work at McDonald's and different places like that, that be walking out, even Burger King, that be walking out and saying, we quit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's about time. It's about time you have to do shit like that. Don't fall for no garbage. You see? So, if you have to do what you have to do, you have to do what you have to do. And I support the workers in walking out. You see what I'm saying? And telling them whatever. You know what I'm saying? A bunch of idiot and shit. Idiot kids and shit making jokes and shit. You know what I mean? They ain't doing none of the work. You know what I mean? The most they doing is bossing you around while they make millions and you make chump change at McDonald's and Burger King and these fast food restaurants, and you can't even live off what they paying you. But they making millions. I call them pirates. So I side with the workers who walk out of McDonald's, Burger King, and any fast food joint that is paying the people garbage and do what you have to do to leave them suckers in the dust. Because we know what they're selling, and it could be considered very garbage as usual. So let's get that straight. Now, we see on my last joint, we was talking about how the party has cleared the air and get back to business and so forth and clear things out. You know what I'm saying? And so on. The people are tired of hearing bullshit talk. You know what I mean? They're ready to hear good shit because that bullshit talk was getting old and is old. You know what I mean? And we even see where Fauci speaking on the Delta. On the Delta. But my question is what we need with this idiot, if you ask me. And people need to wake up past that. It's about high time you do. He needs to be removed. Let's just be point blank range. He needs to be removed. I don't know what disease and control or whatever he's talking about, but whatever he's talking about really isn't making much of any sense when it comes to that. Because his analogy is very, very, sick to me. Like a mad scientist. He needs to be removed. When people said that at some kind of function, they were cheering. And some idiot said it was horrifying because the people was cheering to remove Anthony Fauci. Like Anthony Fauci is an expert over the situation of the disease and control, and some great scientists that he don't need to be removed. He could be removed just like anybody else. And that's a fact. Didn't you say that about Donald Trump? So what you talking about? Same with Biden. You know, if we have to remove them, we have to remove them because they think that when they get into the government, they rule the world. They're not looking at it the way we look at it based on government. They're looking on it on based on trickery of executive orders and legislation, all this mix up that still brings out the same form of dictatorship if we're not careful. So let's wake up, people, because the guys in them that oh, it was horrifying. They were clapping and they say they want to get rid of Fauci. Well, the guy that was horrified needs to go along right with him too. You know, you know, and that's crazy. He's horrified. No. What is Fauci again? Fauci, to me, if you ask me, to me, Fauci looks horrifying. Like a mad nut. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being 100. A mad nut scientist at that. You know what I'm saying? If you ask me, if you ask me, the government is a bully. Is a bully. You know, Fauci pushing big facts. You know, a funky moves and every chance he get, really. You know, jumping back and forth between answers and all kinds of stuff that needs to be seriously taken care. Always got that smile on your face like you screwed the world over, or us in the United States. You know what I mean? Let's just be real here. Let's just be real. Every chance he get, to me, they are lying. They are lying. Talking about infection rate, it is not person to person as far as I see it. It's coming from somewhere within themselves, person to person, but it has have. You know what I'm saying? It has have. It's done. It has have. It has have and been put really. You know what I'm saying? From within. Have been put into person to person. So the rate will come in based on what they say. And the marination is the process of soaking, is soaking to put in the seasoning. You know what I mean? So when we look at this situation, as we see, we're now hearing some garbage junk about somebody was in an airport traveler and he had the monkeypox. You see? Now he bringing in the monkeypox, as we see. All right. Now we find somebody with the monkeypox. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So, when it's based on, you know what I'm saying, what will come in? What will come in? Based on what they say. Marination is the process of soaking to put the seasoning. You know what I'm saying? As it goes along within the meat. Now the flavor is coming out as it's being cooked. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Same as when you send the Snapchat. When you send the Snapchat of the ingredients. you know. The Snapchat. A message has to come through. I see a message that has to come through. The line. But the positive and negative, you know what I'm saying, must connect it. Must connect it. And how is Long Island question the highest rate all of a sudden again. Dealing with this fool Como. We now saying back to that again. See? You know? You telling me the cold is a thing of the past? And for me to know, I got to get 10,000 question tests. I have to go get a $10,000 test to know whether or not I've got it and pass the test. Now we hearing monkeypox. Yeah, all right. But the problem with that is the ball is always in their court. Confusion again. But play so concerned, even Notchman, she needs to be investigated on her as well. Because where it lay, we cannot, clarify anymore. We cannot clarify it anymore. It going. But knowing Kamala Harris. You know what I'm saying? Now I see, knowing in this situation, we're going to jump subject. Kamala Harris got slammed for disrespecting rural voters on the opposition to making our electoral more secure against fraud. Harris seemed to also have a problem with voter ID laws. Of course, he's a demon Democrat. You know what I'm saying? Which he have a problem with voter ID laws that requires a copy of identification documents for people in rural communities that will prove who they are and that they exist still with us in the living. Question, what's wrong with that? Is that is the question? What's wrong with voter and all this ID stuff? She and the demon Democrats is so in uproar for. Some form of ID must be presented. So every voter is ID'd before voting. Now, the government can say, they can say that you did or did not vote. They can't say that you did not vote either, in no shape or form, nor bring in all kinds of corrupt ballots and throwing out what ballots they don't want. That's unfair practice. We even have to watch the pollers now. It's very important that we keep our eye on the pollers as well as the Electoral College. Point box. Because they did away with the popular vote. You know what I mean? Don't come with that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with ID? The government cannot not say that no more. And we have a clear picture. And your will stands. Your will stand as you vote in your country for laws and things that you do. This is not an open country for everybody to come over here and just fuck up the country. The Russians come in, it's Russian mafia. You come in here, it's this mafia. You come in here, it's that group. You come in here, it's that group. I mean, how many groups gonna come into this country before it busts? You know what I mean? Let's be frank. With all kinds of ideologies. But saying they want to come to America. You know what I mean? Your will stand when you place your vote on these things. But if you really stand forward on this matter, all kinds of ballots could be coming, no one really checks as to who. You know what I'm saying? If they throw your vote out, you know what I'm saying? By you having the voter ID and have already checked that in, we know that you was at this voting poll, and they threw your ballot out because we can't find it, and it's been replaced by some old bunch of Xerox copy garbage. So we hear. I did not come up with that evidence. A Chinese lady in the voting poll that said she'd been there for many 40 years said that she saw that. Now we have to understand it is alleged, but we're going to hold what she said as some kind of validity to it. But it needs to be more investigated, which has been a hurdle ever since these people been cheating our elections. You know what I'm saying? Call it demon Democrats. You know what I'm saying? So if they throw it out, it will still count. It will still count. And if any come in, it would be a very easy way to track and see what really took place, because where's the ID for those absentee ballots? And we also need to keep our eye on the voting machines. You need to clean that up. That is straight garbage. For real. Oh my fucking, woo. Shut your mouth. Right? So we see a lot. We see a lot. But your vote will still be counted because your ID was there. Those who don't have an ID, your ballot's going to have to go, because we don't know who you are. And the demon Democrats up there talking about, let us vote, our rights. You watch us get arrested. It's all right. Yeah, every right. Let's be clear here. Every right or show of action that you think they're showing, that is the action they show based on their actions, that is showing to you something of a validity towards what they are saying, but that's not what they're doing. That's called reverse psychology at its highest. You see? So we have to pay attention to that, because a lot of people will fall for any goddamn thing, and there's many that won't. And they'll talk a lot of shit too, especially when it comes to telling you how you are. But when you turn the camera around on them, we'll be surprised to see the things we find. So let's wake up here. You know what I'm saying? Your vote, even if it's thrown out, will still count, because your ID is registered and everything. We know where you register at and all of that. All that will be in the system. You know what I'm saying? You know. You know what I'm saying? You know. Anything at all to help our voter process to get back on its feet is what we need to do, because you will know that we know it's only you and you, because you have what? An ID. That's right, in the voting process, as we see. You see what I'm saying? That links you in. So, if it is thrown out, they can find you and know that you was there at that voting poll, and you are not, or can be counted for, to be checked, because we can, we know it's you, and who, we can go dig it up and check. So if anything go wrong with this particular system that they may want to put into place, we will know the corruption right away. It'll be easier to find. If you have scattered ballots, paper ballots coming from old Tom, Dick, and Harry and Jones, how would you track that? And then if they throw out a whole bunch of ballots due to what they say are no good ballots, how do we know that they're no good ballots? And why you throw them out? Every vote, no matter fake or not, must be checked. Don't give me that garbage. But it'll link you and we'll be able to find you and know that it's you who was there. And who are you? You know what I'm saying? Because we can't go check. Same for the ballots. There must be a check-in. There must be a check-in to create and give us good checks and balance. Let's be real here. Let's be real here. But what she saying is far off base, because that is exactly why that is exactly why we should have, and there should be, voter ID. So them Democrats and the Congressional Black Caucus Party is only putting on a good show in order to keep you in the Democratic mind frame and groove to say that they are fighting for your right, but they're really fighting to bring down the filibuster, which is something that protects us based on a party fighting for you and able to use the filibuster to block wrongful behavior, such as mandates and all kinds of different things that they may want to come out. So we have to start looking and educating and look up the word filibuster and read the meaning of it. Do more research. So this is point blank saying we gonna filibuster their ass, you know what I'm saying? Straight up. Come in with the facts, crack their back, and the heat from the damn street. You know what I'm saying? May the mother be thy God. May the glory of Ra shine upon thee, for her son always shines and blesses us that we may be sustained on this here planet. So this is point blank saying, no man, as the General Sarah Sultan said he would say, and the mighty Pharaoh would say, peace, peace, family, as the Pharaoh brings down guidance and protection over the people. The General Sarah Sadi would say, General Sarah Sultan Seti would say, no man who sees his mother. This is point blank saying, this is PBNN, point blank national news. The late edition and the ghetto edition as usual. Stay tight, stay right, keep the fight. One.